to talk about how to add what you need to your wardrobe. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you've already gone past the point where you've decluttered. But now what happens when you do actually have to add things back in? Most of us don't stay the same size forever, our style might not always be the same, or things just go beyond repair and it's unavoidable that we have to add something new. My general rule of thumb when it comes to a minimal wardrobe is shop less, shop better, and look after what you already own. Before we get started, I wanted to thank today's video sponsor, ShopTagger. When it comes to building my wardrobe, I love pieces that are simple and can be transferred between many different outfits, making them super versatile, which is why I decide on the shape, color, and style that I do. Where possible, I also like to choose pieces that I know are sourced ethically and are quality made, but most of us know these things do come with a slightly elevated price tag. So for me personally, what I like to do is either wait for these items to go on sale or wait until they're out of season. But it is a waste of your time and a waste of your energy waiting for something you want to be on sale. So what you can do instead is install ShopTagger. I'll show you how it works. After creating your account, click the Get Button option in their menu and you can save the ShopTagger button in your browser. From then on, it is incredibly easy to save things. Find the clothing items that you're thinking about purchasing and select the size, the discount you'd like to be notified at, and you can save them to your list so that you can sort it and keep it all organized. You can be notified via text, email, or just in the app itself. And I feel like the list system is a really handy way to build elements onto your wardrobe before you actually go about purchasing anything. I'll leave a link in the description box for you to check it out. Okay, so the first strategy for adding to your minimal wardrobe isn't really about adding, but it's more about setting yourself a space or a number limit. Maybe you want to have a set number of items that you don't want to go over, or maybe you have a space that you fill, such as a rack like this, where you have a certain number of hangers and you don't want to overfill. This is a good way to keep a limitation and a cap on how many things you are bringing in, whether that's a system for you of like one in, one out. Like if something is just beyond repair, maybe that's time for it to go out and something new to come in to replace it. Now, I've spoken about this before, but the relationship between like the quality of an item and the price of an item isn't 100% linear. So you do need to have your own set of standards when it comes to finding out the quality for you. There's obvious things like the fabric it's made from, the finish, the tailoring, looking at things like the seams, zippers, and pockets. But then there's also personal quality, things like how well does it fit you, and personal preference when it comes to different fabrics and how well they'll hold up in your lifestyle. I know for me, I do a lot of cooking. I have 2 dogs. And I'm not very coordinated. I can't have a really high care fabric because it's just not going to last. So before you set out, I think you need to define some things to yourself. What is the fit that you need? What are the fabrics that you like and will work in your lifestyle? What kind of finish is up to your standard and what is realistically in your price range? Another strategy that you could take on is, of course, starting with a foundation of quality basics and then only adding a capped limit of pieces each season. When I say basics, I don't mean you have to dress like this. This is just personal preference. If that's not up your alley, don't do it. A basic needs to be something that you would wear and you would repeat. Next is a question that you'll need to ask yourself when you're looking to add a new piece into your wardrobe. And that's, will it fill a gap that I need? Or am I adding to an area that's already overfilled? I think it's good to get an idea of the role that it's going to play in your wardrobe. Is it one of those really basic and functional pieces? Or is it something that's a little bit more of a statement that might not be worn all the time, but can be put in a lot of outfits to add a little bit of extra style and a little bit of extra twist to it? Be aware of your personal lifestyle and don't shop for an imaginary lifestyle that you don't have. Look for pieces that are flexible between looks, high quality and durable, and ask yourself, can I integrate this into at least 3 outfits, considering what you already own to work from? So it's handy to think, how many times realistically are you going to wear this item within the next 6 months? I feel like this is a step if you want to be a little more responsible in your purchasing when it does come to clothing. I think fashion is cool as an expression of self, but the fashion industry is not that great. So things to look for when you are thinking of purchasing from a brand is transparency in what they're doing. Looking at what the clothing is made from and where that's sourced. I'll give you 2 examples. This dress that I'm wearing right now is from a brand called 90%. It's made from organic cotton and 90% of their distributed profits go straight to charity. This bra is called the Very Good Bra. It's made from Tencel and tree rubber elastic, and when you're finished with it, it can literally be buried in the garden. Obviously, not every single piece of clothing I have is as ethically made. It's a choice that I am trying to be better with. And there are other eco-friendly strategies as well, such as just avoiding over-purchasing, repurposing and DIYing the things that you already own, and shopping secondhand. And the final step is delaying the purchase. You could set yourself up a time limit and wait like 7 days or 21 days or whatever it might be. This way, if you're saving something and setting it aside, it gives you a lot of buffer room before you do buy it, and you'll probably also realize that there were things that you wanted and you almost made a spur decision to purchase. Set it aside and give yourself the time to think things through before purchasing. If you want to learn more about decluttering your wardrobe or building it from the ground up, you can check it out in my book Less, because I have some little infographics and things in there for you to follow as a step-by-step guide. I'll catch you next time. Bye.